This is a public service announcement about the creature we have been researching for the past few months. The research team has been sent out and they found some disturbing findings regarding the creatures. The researchers have noticed that these creatures have become increasingly more violent as we reached spring in comparison to the reported sightings from earlier this spring and in the late winter, as there have been over 10 reported deaths since the last announcement was written. The research team only lasted 5 days in the wilderness. The lead researcher Rebecca Knight was a mother of 2 and beloved member of her community. On Thursday, May 2nd, what was left of Rebecca was found over 50 meters from the campsite. Even though it is blurred, you can still probably tell how brutal the attack was. Also, 2 newly graduated biology students who were working on the team also met horrible fates. Eric Reynolds was just 23 years old when he joined the research team. Eric lived in western North Carolina with his girlfriend and had just graduated from Appalachian State University. On the fateful day of May 1st, the others in the camp were awoken to the sound of crunching and cracking of what sounded like sticks from outside their tents. When one brave young man named Joe Conway looked outside of his tent, he came face to face with a creature. The creature had ripped open Eric's chest and was eating his organs. The creature turned to Joe and lunged toward him. Joe lost his left eye, most of his nose and most of the skin on the left side of his face, leaving his teeth and gums fully visible. Joe was quickly rushed to the hospital where this picture was taken. Joe was lucky enough to survive, although he was left horribly disfigured. Eric was not so lucky. By the time Joe had seen him and scared the monster away, he was already dead. This young man right here was named William Jefferson. He was 24 years old and had recently graduated from Arizona State University. He was the first to die. On Monday, April 30th, the team was sent out. That night he went out with another member on the team, Emily Mays, to try to observe the creature. They did make a new discovery that night, but more on that later. Emily was attacked first. William punched the creature and saved Emily's life. The creature had bitten Emily, but the venom is not fatal to humans. William and Emily ran back to the camp, only Emily would make it back. One of the creatures attacked William and it was one of the most brutal attacks yet. Both of William's eyes had been ripped out, most of his nose was gone, his bottom jaw had been ripped off and was found 37 meters away, and his throat was torn out. By the time the ambulance arrived, he was already dead. The discovery William and Emily made that night was that there are 2 types of these creatures. The first one is known as the faller. It is the one that we have described as falling to lure victims closer, and they are the ones with venom. The other one is known as the stalker. They do not have venom, and they are the ones that follow people, and this is how they got the name stalker. Since they do not have venom or sharp teeth, they use their hands with long, sharp claws to tear people apart. The one that attacked Emily was a faller, and the one that killed William was a stalker. 2 young boys were killed by a stalker on Friday, May 10th, and they were filmed. This is the video.
You guys ready to do study at the playground?
You walk like a cyberpunk character.
I mean,
why would he leave it over
why
here?
are you leaving that, Scotty?
I think that's Scotty.
That was what he wore at school today. Scotty, I told you to Scotty,
You need some help, dude?
Scotty, you're not in a plane.
Oh God! Oh God!
Oh God, Scotty!
No!
In this video, the kids mentioned a kid named Scotty who they were going to meet at a park. They saw his bike on the way to the park and had no idea Scotty's body was in the bushes right in front of them. Scotty's real name was Scott Harper, a 12-year-old boy who lived with his mother, father, and older sister. It is believed that he got off of his bike on the way to the park for some reason and was lured into the bushes by the creature, where he was brutally tortured to death. When he was found, he was completely unrecognizable. He had no eyes, no nose, he was missing most of his teeth, One of his ears was gone. He only had 3 remaining fingers. His left foot had been torn off at the ankle. Most of the skin on his legs and lower body was gone. There were multiple small holes leading into his throat. Almost half of his hair had been ripped out, and he was completely naked when he was found, because the creature had taken the cloths before it even began beating him, so that, when it was seen, it would not come across as suspicious. The other kid was named Travis Walker. He was 13 years old and lived with his older brother, and he was the one filming the video. Luckily, his death was nowhere near as brutal as Scott's. After he was tackled by the creature and the others ran away, he died from a broken neck caused by the creature trying to slam his head into the ground. After the boy's death, the others called the police, who arrived at the scene, but it was already too late. The others are still alive. Also on Friday, a boy by the name of Zane Bowman was killed and the camera he was using was destroyed, but the footage was able to be recovered. This is the video.
What's up? So, today I'm going to be exploring this trail. Nearby. Kinda cool. We're going a little bit of wilderness. There's a bunch of trees down here. It's sick. It's really nice. I'd actually turn it into like a sports field. Anyways, just exploring a little bit. There's a person right there, but they don't look very human.
Zane was found over 36 meters away from the camera and was severely disfigured. He was killed by 2 creatures, one stalker and one faller. When he was found, his face had been eaten by a faller, and we know this because venom was found. His chest was ripped open and his ribs were broken. He died when the creature ripped out his heart. Do not go into the woods if you live in southern Appalachia. If you see a creature, do not interact. Run in the opposite direction as fast as you can.